For better living, are you feeling good tonight? This thing got me thinking of life.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing a tutorial on the tucking technique, and I'm going to show you guys this tutorial in regular speed. We're not going to speed it up, we're going to really break it down, and I'm going to explain to you guys how I do it. So we're not going to focus so much on the parts, we're just going to go right into the actual technique itself. As you can tell, her hair is kind of ombre-ish. I guess she did color her hair. It's kind of like a mix of a color 4 and color 30, but she wanted to do color 27 and a color 30. And as you can tell, since her hair is dark at the roots, we have to essentially hide her natural hair color inside of the braiding hair. Now the braiding hair we're going to be using today is the EZ Braids professional hair. I'll put the link in the description below, make sure you check it out. So we're using the color 27 and the color 30, mixing it, kind of trying to do little highlights and low lights, I guess. So yeah, it's gonna be really, really cute. So first things first, as you can see, I'm just trying to do my layout. This is my floor plan, the parts, just trying to make sure everything looks really, really nice and neat. And one thing I like to make sure that I have full control over is just the perimeter of the hair. You want to make sure that you use your shining jam to apply to the perimeter, so that way it's easy for you to control it when you want to hide and tuck the hair. I've already added the shining jam, so I placed the hair a little bit above the braiding hair, and then make sure that her natural hair is under the braiding hair. So naturally when you crisscross, it's going to end up on top. You just go in with your fingers and push it to the back. Now this process is going to make the hair process longer, because you have to stop constantly to hide the hair, but that's okay. Just take your time, and if you make a mistake or if you see the hair coming to the top, just loosen your grip and push the hair back to behind the braiding hair. The goal of this whole technique is just to make sure you hide her natural hair color, and in order for you to hide it, you have to tuck it into the back of the braiding hair. So as you can see, I'm using my fingers to kind of manipulate the hair to move it to where I want it to be. Sometimes there are going to be hair pieces that are going to be super stubborn, but take your time. You can't hide all of them, but just make sure that you do your best to hide as much as you can, so that way whenever people are looking, it's not so obvious. But obviously my lens is super zoomed in, so you're gonna catch a little bit of something, but normally when you zoom out and just looking at the hair itself, you're not going to be able to see that little black piece of hair at the roots. You're not going to be able to see that. But yeah, do your best, constantly tuck the hair. What you could do when you get to the bottom, you see how I'm kind of over directing the branches of the braids, kind of almost twisting it to make sure that the hair is rolled to the back. Yeah, just keep that in mind when you get to the tip, so that way you can kind of hide that better, especially if they just got a haircut and it's blunt. It's kind of hard to kind of hide it. So just when you over direct it, over twist it, twist it up before you braid it, it kind of hides it behind the braiding hair. So we're going to do this again, except this time it's going to be with the color 30. As you can see, I placed the hair on top of where I'm going to start braiding, and making sure that her natural hair is behind the braiding hair. But then when you do your first cross, it's gonna naturally come up. But just take your fingers and make sure that they're tight in at the back again before you crisscross your hands. And then, like I said, it's going to come up again. So you just got to go back and push it to the back, as much as you can. But yeah, it's just one of those things where you're not really your fingers are not gonna naturally just make it stay at the back. You're gonna have to go out of your way to push the hair and manipulate the hair to get it to stay where you want it to stay. Now it's very important to apply product, because product is gonna get the hair tacky, so that way when you separate the hair into three, it stays in three bunched up groups. So when you're working with hair that doesn't have product in it, the hair is gonna move around more. So it's very important to apply some product to the hair to kind of get them to stay together, and you have more control that way. As you can see, I'm kind of like twisting the hair to the top when I get to the tip, like just kind of over directing the hair while I'm, you know, crisscrossing. That's just gonna help you tuck the tip in, you know, as best as you can. But yeah, that's really it. We're gonna leave it all in slow pace. You know, I'm not gonna speed up this video at all. You're seeing this in real time. so yeah, just take your time. This process took me like at least an hour longer than I normally take to do braids, because like I said, the constant stopping, you know. But you know, other than that, just make sure you create time and budget it into your schedule, so that way you don't have your other clients waiting. So yeah, I'm just gonna show you guys again. As you can see, I place the hair first, and then I go in and push the hair where I want it to be. I've already applied product before I even began braiding, so the hair is kind of manageable at this point, because as you can see, it's not, you know, just moving around however it wants. It has some tackiness to it. Make sure you check out my description for the Shine and Jam link if you do want to purchase it. So yeah, as you can see, this braid actually came out really good, because I was able to really hide that her black hair color behind. Another cool technique you can do, instead of stopping to move the hair, you can just kind of over direct the braids. So as you can see, the hair is showing at the top. I'm just gonna push the braiding hair over. Like, instead of stopping to move it, I'm just gonna like twist it like to the right, a little bit upwards, if that makes sense. I'm gonna show you guys really quick. See right there, I'm just like pushing it and twisting it, almost trying to like flip the braiding hair. That's what it is. I'm flipping the braiding hair under. That's the word. So yeah, pretty much it. So when you're done, just take a pair of scissors and trim off any flyaway hairs that you might see hanging loose. And then we're gonna be dipping the hair into hot water, so make sure your client is nice and clothed with, you know, towels protecting her and you as well. And make sure you get a cup that, you know, like a plastic, not a plastic cup, but like a cup that has a very thick material. I don't know what it's called, but like to where you don't really feel the temperature of what's inside the cup. There's a name for it, but I don't know what it's called. But yeah, so that way when you're carrying the hot water, you're not so shaky. Because if you get a cup that you can kind of feel the temperature around it when you hold it, you might be scared. So make sure you get a cup that, you know, doesn't allow you to feel the temperature of whatever liquid is inside of it. And I just take my mousse and apply that to the hair to give it some shine. And of course, I like to dip my towel into the hot water and then kind of dab off any excess water that might be dripping from the towel, you know, before I take the towel and run it through the top part of her braids. What it's gonna do is just kind of loosen up the top as well, and just that steam on the towel is gonna loosen or lay down the flyaways that may have been at the top of the braids. So yeah, just go ahead and add your accessories. I got mine from my local beauty supply store. Add your accessories, whatever design you want you can do. But yeah, that's really it for this tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it and I hope it was helpful. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up. Make sure you like, share, and leave a comment. And I'll catch you guys in my next video. Have a merry day and God bless.